Welcome inside this top-secret Rheinmetall MAN Military Vehicle factory. Right now, you will see the production process of the powerful HX-81 tactical military truck. This HX-81 is called Elephant, and it's a tank transporter with an unprotected cabin. Right now, you are watching the production of the chassis frame of the future truck. The HX family is a range of purpose-designed tactical military trucks manufactured by Rheinmetall. It has been in production since 2007. Since its inception, more than 20,000 HX series military vehicles have been produced at this factory. But only 137 of this particular model, called Elephant, have been produced so far. Production of this tactical military trucks begins with welding of the chassis frame. These workers then prepare the front and rear axles on which the finished chassis frame is lowered. This massive chassis, including both axles, is made of extremely strong steel. These tactical trucks must be prepared even for war zones. However, the most popular model of the HX range is the 42 and 44M version, which is just a basic unarmored tactical truck. The assembled chassis will now be moved to a special room where it will be painted. The painting is done by hand, and the chassis has been sprayed with an anti-corrosion coating beforehand. These workers at this Rheinmetall factory wear protective uniforms and special protective masks. Most of these military tactical trucks are produced in military green. The second most commonly ordered truck color is military desert camouflage. Workers will now mount 8 massive wheels on the chassis. They use a manipulator arm to lift them. They cannot be lifted manually. The demands on military trucks are enormous. They must be able to withstand a wide range of weather conditions. As you can see, each wheel is held by 10 bolts, not 5 like a regular car. More than 4,000 military trucks from the HX family have been delivered to the German armed forces since 2018. Under the terms of the agreement, Rheinmetall had a stake of 51% and MAN 49% in the new company. Next to this Austrian factory is a huge warehouse of all parts for HX-81 trucks. Inside this warehouse, the warehouse keeper needs to know where the specific parts for all models and variants of the HX-81 trucks are located. There are 3 main versions. The first are tank transporters with armored cab or unprotected cab. Another version is the tactical truck with hydraulic hook lift hoist. Then there is the most widely used version, the unarmored truck. The interior of the HX-81 is now being prepared. The whole production process is like a giant jigsaw puzzle. Each truck is made up of thousands of components. The interior of the HX-81 is now being prepared. The whole production process is like a giant jigsaw puzzle. Each car is made up of thousands of components. Each truck is modeled in detail on a computer before production begins. The truck cab and chassis are assembled separately. This is where welded truck cab frames are stored. Before the final paint is applied, the cabin is sealed and polished. MAN is now part of the Volkswagen-owned Traton Group, along with Scania and International Motors. Manual and machine welding is used in the processing of steel parts. In addition to internal model designation, each model has technical designation nomenclature that is broadly comparable to that of MAN commercial product line. This tractor truck, it has 4-seater driver's cab for accommodating a driver and 3 passengers. It has a gross combined weight of up to 130 tons. Payload varies by role and configuration. But for rigid chassis, actual maximum load on chassis ranges from around 8 tons to 30 tons. In certain instances, and particularly with single-tired axles, gross vehicle weight ratings can be restricted. HX trucks are fitted with modular military-specific cab. The interior of the walk-through cab is primarily steel or washable vinyl. Two types of modular detachable hardtop roof are available. The reinforced roof can take the weight of 2 soldiers and the recoil forces of a 12mm heavy machine gun in a ring mount. A riot protection kit is available for the cab. Welding of chassis and truck cab parts is largely done manually, and it would not be worthwhile to acquire robotic welding robots for this activity, as is common in automotive factories. These machines are only worthwhile for mass production, where millions of units are produced rather than a few thousand. This paint shop paints dozens of large pieces of this tactical truck every day. The painted parts are placed on the holder and slowly rotate around their axis while being painted. A crane built into the roof of the factory is used to handle the heavy parts of the truck cab. Manipulators are usually operated by factory workers using a controller to assemble the entire truck together. The product portfolio of Rheinmetall MAN Military Vehicles includes medium and high and extremely high mobility logistics vehicle systems. Austria has expanded its contract with Rheinmetall to include another 300 military trucks from the HX family of vehicles. This is how these 2 employees attach the truck cab door. Now the main assembly line begins. The chassis and wheels are almost completely finished. The connection between the chassis and the cabin is called the marriage. Once the cab and chassis are connected, the cab and chassis are bolted together and the windows are installed. A seal is put around the windows and the whole thing is properly fastened to the frame. It will now be marked with the Bundeswehr flag. Bundeswehr is the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Germany. Bundeswehr is divided into a military part and a civil part. The military part consisting of the German Army, German Navy, German Air Force, Joint Support Service, Joint Medical Service, and Cyber and Information Domain Service. Each station inside the factory is manned by a team of workers. Each of these teams has one lead supervisor. It is the supervisor who is responsible for the quality and punctuality of the work done. Now, a worker uses a crane to lower all the seats into the truck cab, which are still wrapped in protective plastic to prevent damage. Fitting the whole cab and connecting all the wiring is an activity that requires a lot of manual work. Each car is marked with the Rheinmetall logo and serial number. Rheinmetall is the largest German and fifth largest European arms manufacturer. Assembling the entire cab of this tactical truck is like a huge jigsaw puzzle and logistically challenging. That's why there are not many companies in the world that can manufacture military heavy equipment. The worker who is responsible for sticking the Rheinmetall logo and all labels must have a great emphasis on accuracy and precision. The steering wheel is now assembled using the tightening wrench. On the steering wheel is the typical logo of the MAN car company, which owns Rheinmetall. Rheinmetall is a huge company founded in 1889. It has over 33,000 employees worldwide. The truck cabs move slowly across the factory as workers slowly assemble all the necessary parts. I personally would not want to do this wiring work. Please let me know in the comments section what activity within this factory you would like to do. Its name is derived from the German language words Rhein and Metallus, translating to Rhine metal when combined. These tactical military trucks have miles of wiring in them. The manufacturing of all the cable bundles happens in a different factory hall and is only delivered to the main assembly line at a predetermined time. The new generation of the tried and tested HX series marks the transition to a future-proof military truck that meets military and automotive megatrends thanks to the latest technologies. Redesigned from the ground up, users can expect improved protection, further increased mobility, maximum driving comfort, and a digital interface architecture for an even more flexible range of applications and future performance enhancements. At the same time, the proven core strengths of the HX2 and the family concept have been retained. Workers are now gradually installing the front grills and wiring. This is robust turbocharged 8-cylinder diesel engine. This truck features a low torsion ladder frame for heavy off-road use. It is equipped with sturdy steel bumpers to ensure the necessary levels of reliability. This engine has a power output of 500 kilowatts. For clarity, this range of trucks were developed and initially manufactured by MAN. However, the umbrella corporation making them is now Rheinmetall MAN Military Vehicles. This is an 8x8 unprotected heavy-duty military truck. The cab of this truck is tested for water resistance before assembly. Not even a drop of water can get into the cab of this truck. All seals must be working at 100%. These trucks must be able to withstand being partially submerged in water. That's why this part of the testing is a key moment in the entire production process. While jets of water are sprayed on the cabin, a worker inside checks the seal for leaks. It also features long and wear-free rubber-mounted springs and large shock absorbers and stabilizers for crew comfort. The cab can be equipped with Rheinmetall's protected integrated armored cabin solution to provide a high degree of protection to military personnel. The transporter weighs 27 tons after the installation of an armored cab. It can haul different trailers with a useful load of 73 tons. The truck's permissible gross train weight is 130 tons. It is designed to transport modern main battle tanks in rough terrain conditions. RMMV resulted from the 2010 merger of the military truck branch of the former MAN with Rheinmetall's wheeled military vehicle branch. The versatile all-wheel drive truck can reach a maximum speed of 89 kilometers per hour and conquer steep inclines with gradients of up to 60%. It has a driving range of 800 kilometers, which is 500 miles. In the production process, RFID tags are used to identify which part belongs where. The tester inside this factory has to perform a series of tests to send the truck to the next workstation. The production hall control room has an overview of all trucks and their production status. Everything must meet a predetermined schedule, and there must be no delays as there are heavy fines. Engine performance testing is now underway on the dyno. Dyno testing is a great way to evaluate the performance of truck in a controlled environment. The German Army's technology is getting on in years. The digitalization of the Bundeswehr is a mammoth task in which Rheinmetall is heavily involved. At this workstation, professional workers paint the emblems and signs that are ordered on each truck. Each HX81 truck is therefore originally hand-painted. Output quality control also includes polishing and inspection of the bodywork for unevenness. Interestingly, this Rheinmetall factory is located close to the center of Vienna. The factory's production is very small compared to conventional cars and can only produce hundreds of units per year. Chassis inspection and wheel alignment is an important part of the manufacturing process. The cab of this military truck tilts forward for maintenance, similar to regular trucks. In 2024, Rheinmetall signed a deal with Lithuania to build a 155mm artillery ammunition plant. HX81 military truck measures 9 meters and features a 4-seater driver's cab for accommodating a driver and 3 passengers. In recent years, the number of employees and annual production at Rheinmetall has been increasing significantly. The reason for this is the increased armaments of the EU countries and also, of course, the war in Ukraine. Providing a combined maximum tractive force of 40 tons, the winch system allows the truck to tow vehicles onto the trailer. The vehicle is designed to serve either as a semi-trailer or tank transporter. It has a maximum authorized gross train weight of 130 tons. This means that it can carry modern main battle tanks across rough terrain. The HX range replaced the earlier FX and LX ranges in production. Official details of the HX3 range remain limited, but the type can be considered a further development of the HX2 range. Limited available details of the HX3 are included in a separate subsection. The original HX range used chassis from the heavier elements of MAN Commercial TG Worldwide Heavy Truck Range. The reinforced roof can take the weight of 2 soldiers and the recoil forces of a 12.7mm heavy machine gun in a ring mount. To meet increasing demands for crew protection on deployed operations, the HX range was designed from the outset with protection options in mind. To meet increasing demands for crew protection on deployed operations, the HX range was designed from the outset with protection options in mind. Rheinmetall delayed the launch of the HX3 models so that significant TG updates for the 2025 model year could be incorporated into the development of the model range. This is how testing always takes place on the circuit near the factory. Each of these tactical trucks is tested here for almost an hour. It's chassis and engine performance testing. They also test the wiper, the horn, and dozens of other features. Each test driver has a checklist of all the features each truck must meet to pass this test circuit. The truck is then washed free of mud and ready for delivery to its future owner. This is the Czech factory TATRA trucks. It is the third oldest company in the world specializing in the production of trucks, including military trucks. In this factory, the production of military trucks starts in a very similar way, by welding the chassis. Each chassis consists of two longitudinal beams, and these are connected by transverse connectors, including the axles. After the chassis of the future truck is completed, the wheels are assembled. This procedure is exceptional among truck manufacturers. Today, TATRA's production focuses on heavy, off-road trucks based on its century-long development of backbone chassis, swinging half-axles, and air-cooled engines. In this metallurgical part of the factory, engine parts are cast. TATRA is a Czech vehicle manufacturer from Kopřivnice, which is a town just below Ostrava. Ostrava is the third largest city in the Czech Republic and is known for its heavy metal mining in local mines. The core of its production consists of the TATRA 817, intended primarily for military operators, and the TATRA Phoenix, aimed primarily for the civilian market. In 2025, the company plans to produce over 2,000 trucks. These factory workers build the front and rear axles step by step. Each worker is trained for only a few specific activities that they are repeatedly in charge of. You are now following the manufacturing process of the gearbox and the rest of the engine blocks. TATRA mostly supplies individual, highly specialized custom-made vehicles and also sells just the backbone chassis for use in other manufacturers' trucks or specialized vehicles. Now the finished chassis with the mounted engine will be transported for testing and the next stage of the production process. TATRA currently produces three main models: TATRA 810 Tactic, TATRA 817 Force, and TATRA 158 Phoenix. Not only the truck cab, but also all other parts of the future TATRA are painted in this part of the factory in the Czech Republic. You are now watching the main assembly line in the largest factory hall. Here, the truck cab is attached to the chassis. All cables and controls are connected. The entire truck interior, windows and much more are also assembled here. A total of 1,000 employees work at the TATRA factory in the Czech Republic. TATRA truck is now almost ready, and quality testing and checking of all controls is underway. As you can see, the production processes of the Czech company TATRA and the Austrian Rheinmetall are very similar. The trucks differ, of course, but the production process and the individual production phases are almost identical. The truck will start up here for the first time and head out of the factory on the test circuit. The test track mainly tests the chassis, brakes, steering, springs, and other elements of the truck. These trucks were offered to the military and other government organizations and were badged and sold in the United States under the ATC brand. Quality guaranteed will be given to the truck after successful completion of the test track. Future owners are thoroughly trained in the use of these beautiful trucks. TATRA trucks are also known for their durability and reliability. They are built to last and can withstand the most demanding conditions. Please let me know in the comments section how you like these trucks compared to the competition. Every manufacturer of heavy military equipment tries to sell its products mainly through direct contacts and possibly also at trade fairs. It is here that these trucks are exhibited and interested parties can see them up close.